Quick disclaimer, this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor, and nothing here should be considered financial advice. Always do your own research and understand the risks before investing.
Yeah, hello and welcome back to another Bitcoin update. So, same thing as the last few videos. We have been tracking this fourth wave corrective move since the low of November 21st, and it seems like we have had a possible top because we have now formed a 5-wave move to the downside. So now we will be looking for what should be after this fourth wave top would be a fifth wave to the downside to a larger support zone that we've been talking about in the last few videos, and that should be formed in a larger degree, A, B, C to the downside. So really quickly, if we zoom in on the shorter time frame, let's keep things super simple. So right now we have had a 5-wave move to the downside. It is still possible that we do get one more low from here, but because it does kind of seem like this move up that we've had just kind of seems more of like just a corrective dead cat bounce, where maybe we could get one more low to the downside, but it is not needed. But obviously just speculation. Assuming that this A wave did top or bottom out here, the lower that this goes, then the lower this resistance zone will be adjusted as well. But assuming that the A wave does bottom here, obviously not guaranteed, it's definitely possible, and it probably could be more likely probability wise that we do get that one more low before we start that B wave bounce, but obviously nothing is guaranteed. But once we start this B wave bounce, then we can enter a larger resistance zone between 90,597 to 95,461, and we could possibly hit that 61.8 retracement, as B waves are they typically do extend, and B waves can be pretty tricky to track, kind of like wave 4s, and all we can really do is just speculate, look at the support and resistance, and look at the way that the price action is basically moving based off of it. So really important, this upside reaction for a B wave should be a larger degree, A, B, C to the upside, where that C wave should be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave move up. Once we do get an ABC and all 5 waves for that C wave, then we can start to look for a rejection from resistance for that larger degree 5th wave that we have been talking about. And once we get to this larger support zone, like we've been saying, obviously not guaranteed, but we would be looking for a larger corrective rally, whether it is a more of an impulsive larger degree rally where we can get an all-time high, or it's more of a choppy rally up, but still would be a pretty significant price percentage to the upside. And it is, like I've been saying for support, if we get a little break below it, that's fine, as long as we get back above it. What we do not want to see is a decisive break below, because then that would indicate another scenario would be playing out. But what we've been tracking is essentially just this ABC to the downside, where we could be very close to a wave bottom, if not that this A wave already did bottom out here. Afterwards, we will be expecting a B wave bounce to the upside, but obviously not guaranteed. Really quickly, if we go over to the RSI, something that I've been wanting to show really quickly, this is pretty typical for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave to the downside. We get that third wave oversold territory on the 4-hour, then we get that 5th wave to the downside, but we form a bullish divergence on the 4-hour, so that basically lines up with our 4-5 to the downside, where we could get a B wave corrective bounce from here, but obviously not guaranteed. But so far it seems like it is aligning pretty well, but you just never know. All of it's just speculation. 1 hour, it seems like we typically do have these bounces before we can head back over, And honestly, it wouldn't surprise me because the level where we are at right now, it is similar RSI to where we were above. It would not surprise me to get another low like we could in that A wave and then form a bullish divergence on the 1 hour as well. So just wanted to show that really quickly on the RSI. On the daily, we're still within the neutral, close to oversold, but it would make sense to get that fifth wave to the downside that we are tracking and then form a possible bullish divergence on the daily where we could start that corrective rally of some sort. Obviously not guaranteed, but that is something that we could be looking for. And I know it's too early to tell. Right now it's just speculation, but maybe we could get rejected from a trend line that we've been tracking on the daily, or maybe we could break above it. But we will just have to wait and see. On the weekly, we are somewhat close to the oversold, and we just kind of have to let that play. I'm just kind of going in larger degree time frames just for speculation at the moment, but if we stick to the 4 hour more recent, then we would see a bullish divergence starting to form, and it would not surprise me to get one more low for that A wave, but it also wouldn't surprise me if this A wave already did bottom. So we'll have to wait and see, let time do its thing. Otherwise, yeah, that's pretty much everything for this video. Hopefully that was pretty simple, straightforward. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.